loves. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christy and I am a 54-year-old masters bikini bodybuilder. I am also a personal trainer and lifestyle coach and the owner of Blonde Ambition PT. So if you're new here, welcome. For those of you who have been following me, this is an important one. And this is very important because I'm pissed. Okay, so here's the situation. I always train at my Planet Fitness. Like, I moved here in August and I'm a bodybuilder, so I immediately had to find a gym to train at with heavy equipment. So I went directly to Planet Fitness because it's 5 minutes from my tiny apartment. So, and 5 minutes from my studio. So it's like, yeah. So anyway, that's where I always go. With that being said, I had something to do in another town over today, and they have a Planet Fitness also. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to train while I'm there because I do like to, I want to see if it's set up different, whatever. I just thought I'd get out of that gym today. So anyway, I went there to train arms. So it's it wasn't a huge leg segment or anything. So anyway, with that being said, I am not a regular there, so I don't know anybody. So I was just doing my thing, which I always do. And I heard these people behind me, which, now I'm not saying these people were bad or anything like that. I'm not putting the people down in any way, because when people say things like this, they don't know. That's why they're saying, they're not saying it to be cruel or ignorant to you or anything like that. They just don't know any better. You know what I mean? And that's fine, because there's times that I say things, put my foot in my mouth, because I just don't know any better. So, I do it all, we all do that because we just don't know any better. Like, we're trying to use common sense, but sometimes common sense maybe not be reason to you to believe something or not. So anyway, I kind of heard them in the background trying to decide. I had my headphones on, but I had my music very, very loud, and they were trying to decide how old I was. Which is crazy, because the one guy was like, how old do you think she is? And mind you, these are guys in their 60s and 70s. I assume, I have no idea how old they are, but they weren't young bodybuilders either. So, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. So anyway, but I just thought it was hilarious. And I thought to myself, what do people really think about people in their 50s? And because I'm 54, what do people really think about people in their 50s that are bodybuilders? So immediately, whenever I came home, I got on the computer and I Googled, which I love to Google things, what are the 10 myths about being a bodybuilder or trying to be a bodybuilder older in life. And then I just did a Google search and it gave me tons of different things to click on. So anyway, but I haven't looked at this yet. Okay, I kind of glanced at it just to make sure I had the right AI thing or whatever pulled up, but I haven't looked at this yet. So let's do this together. I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see if any of these are true, because I'm living proof of it. Like, I'm right in the middle of my prep for my next competition, which is 2.5 months away. So it's approaching very fast. Bodybuilding time moves like lightning, especially when you're in prep, because it's so much to do. But anyway, okay, so let's do this then. Okay. All right. The first myth is, all right, I'm just going to do this and then I'll tell you. I'm not going to read what it says. I'm just going to read the myth and I'll tell you if it's true or not. Okay. The first myth is, it's too late to start. That's definitely false, because I've always been a runner and a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer my whole life. So, and I've been in the fitness industry. I've owned gyms and everything. So I've been in this industry forever, but I never became a bodybuilder until I was 50. So it was only 4 years ago that I started becoming a bodybuilder and competing. So that is false. You can't build new muscle. That is absolutely false, because when I was 50 compared to where I'm at 54 in this last 4 years, I have significantly gained probably about 6 pounds of solid lean muscle. Now, that might not sound like a lot to you, but for a woman of my age and stuff, I absolutely, and I look very buff now. Before I was just a skinny old lady. Now I'm just kind of a buff old lady. So false. Weightlifting is dangerous for older adults. Again, 100% false. Anytime you do anything safely under supervision, of course, you go to your doctor first, make sure you're cleared to even exercise in the first place. And then, of course, if you get a trainer or somebody that knows what they're doing, like me, then we set you up on a very safe plan and we don't send you in there to become a bodybuilder on day one. Of course, you take it slow. That's what programs are designed for. So that's false. It will wreck your joints. That is absolutely false again, because again, this goes back to the last myth. They work together. If you have the right person, instructing you, all of these. Now, if you have the wrong person instructing you, you might hurt yourself, but you can, if the wrong person is instructing you at 20 years old, you're going to hurt yourself. So, of course we are a little more fragile older, but the more we move and the more we move and lift weights and stuff, the less fragile we become. So don't be afraid to try. You're not going to break anything on the first time. If it's too heavy, stop, whatever. But anyway, if you get somebody that knows what they're doing, like a personal trainer, or, follow a certain plan that then you'll be safe with all these things. You'll get too bulky. No, that is definitely not true, because I would love to be bulkier. It's been 4 years and this is about as bulky as I am right now. So you see me training, so you know what I look like. So I would love to get too bulky. But you can obviously be controlled. If you're getting too bulky, just reduce the weights. Number 6, walking is enough. Now, this is true for a lifestyle client, but it is a myth, or I'm going to debunk it for a bodybuilder, because you must do a lot more high intensity cardio than walking if you want to be a bodybuilder, because you need to burn fat, because before you go on stage, you need to be as lean as you can. So that's what prep's about. It's preparing your body for stage, which means we're trying to keep our muscle intact and gain a little bit more if we can before show, but we're also trying to lean out and get rid of any excess body fat so we can really show up on stage and perform well and hopefully win. We'll see. But for lifestyle clients, absolutely, walking can definitely be enough. I have some lifestyle clients that they are only on their 10,000 steps a day, and that's it, because they move enough all day. They don't need to do traditional coffee. But for a bodybuilder, no bueno. And, okay, sorry, I just want to make sure the camera was on. I was hoping it was on, because I was like, if not, I have to start this all over again. Are you kidding me? No bueno. Okay. Okay, you must lift heavy weights for results. Okay, that is, that one is pretty much true. So I don't know if that's a myth, because I'm going to be honest with you. I have to lift heavy weights if I want to win competitions. So, and that's the whole thing of bodybuilding. You want to love the sport. It's all about the sport. It's about the training in the gym and stuff like that. So I'm going to say that is true for lifestyle clients, of course. For lifestyle clients, you don't have to lift heavy weights. We don't want you to. We want you to lift smaller, lighter weights and higher reps. You're not training, a lifestyle client is so different from a bodybuilder. We train 100% different. It's totally different animal than just, a normal workout routine that, majority of people are on. Most people. Anyway, oh my God, did I lose this? Okay. No, love. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Oh, stupid thing. Why did they do that? Get out of here. Oh my God, get out of here. Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. Those pop-ups, that one MSB, I hate it pops up. I always use Google and it tries to get me to use the Explorer all the time, but I love Google. What? Anyway, okay, so you become naturally inflexible with age. Okay, well, you don't naturally become inflexible with age. Your muscles are the same muscles that they were the day you were born. They have not changed. So it's the amount that you stretch them on a normal basis that knows how much they stretch. So if you run your whole life without stretching and you're 54 like me, then you're probably going to have a hard time with flexibility. I would think if somebody doesn't get out of bed for weeks and, because, they're sick and stuff, of course their flexibility is going to go down. The more you get up, the more you move, the more you do things around the house, the more you take the garbage out, the more you, vacuum, anything where you're moving and flexing, your flexibility is going to be better. Now, traditional stretching was the best thing. And I did a whole video on that before. So you can go back and watch it on the importance of stretching and posture and that kind of stuff. But yes, you will. Yeah. But it doesn't matter what age you are. So this one is definitely a myth because it's the same thing. It's kind of saying that old people, it can be any age. You're not going to be flexible if you're not stretching and you're not using your muscles in a way that you're flexing them. How many of you go like this all day? Right? Do this every once in a while. Imagine how it stretches out your back. I do it 100 times a day. Yeah, because my back is always sore, of course, because I'm training so hard. But yes, it's a nice stretch. It feels good. Okay. Number 9, no pain, no gain is the only way. I love this one. I love this one. Because it's true. Only for me. No, I'm a hardcore. I am a bodybuilder inside and out. Like I live and breathe bodybuilding. And so it is for me, no pain, no gain. But it absolutely is a myth because you should not have any discomfort at all. No bueno. So that is definitely a myth. So far there's only one that, it is definitely, a myth, like I said, but it's true for lifestyle. I already explained it. So anyway, but most of these are they're all myths. We can see that, right? Okay. Last one. Chronic conditions mean you can't train. No, that's so false. Like anything that we have, you work around it and you will, you can, everything can be modified, every single thing. Of course, for instance, like I had the flu about 3 weeks ago. I was very, very sick. I did not train for those 4 or 5 days that I was sick. Of course, I'm still a bodybuilder just because I didn't train for those days. Now, if you have a chronic condition and things like that, of course, your coach or, I recommend getting a coach when you're in your 50s. I have a coach. Her name's Rebecca Farrell from Fitness Beck. She's amazing. I've been with her for 3 years. So, but, it's because I'm intense. Like I compete. I competed 3 times last year. My last time was October, and I'm competing again, like I said, in 2.5 months. So, so I'm in it to win it. But yeah, okay. Chronic conditions, that we're talking about. Going off there. Okay, so yeah, chronic conditions, everything can be modified. Yeah. Now, if you're a chronic condition and you're being like, a baby about it, like, oh, I can never do this because I have asthma. That's not true, right? We know the people that have, it's not true. So anyway, my whole point of this is don't believe it. Don't believe anything. And the whole point of my channel is why I started this is because I own Blonde Ambition PT and I want to inspire people to be the best that you can be at any single age and be fabulous at any age. It doesn't, whether you be fabulous at going to the grocery store because you're the best grocery shopper in the world, that's being fabulous. I just find myself fabulous because I'm a bodybuilder and I love it. And that doesn't mean that of course, yes, I am fabulous. I just said it. It's good for you to tell yourself that too. Even if you are just fabulous, it doesn't matter. There's nothing too small to be fabulous. So anyway, but I'm glad that I debunked these because I haven't heard things like that in a while. And it made me laugh that they were trying to decide how old I was. And it's funny because I wanted to turn around and be very kind to them and say, you guys, I hear you. And thank you for, they were being kind about it. It wasn't like they were like, oh, that old woman. It was just funny because I heard them. They thought I was listening to music. But anyway, I just find it funny. And I thought, well, let's tell my audience the truth, or my friends out there, whatever. you guys. Okay, guys. Well, we've debunked the 10 myths, except for one that was kind of, but yes, you can be a bodybuilder at any age, and yeah, just take some discipline and a lot of motivation, and you can do it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Hey, loves. I forgot to say goodbye and tell you thank you so much for watching my channel. If you guys like this stuff and you like my content and everything, please subscribe. I enjoy doing this, and if I know that people are watching, then I'll continue doing it. But if not, I feel like a fool. So if you do like it, please subscribe. And because this old lady is kind of lonely and could use some support. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out again. Love ya. Peace out.